Hey guys, it's Mel here from Mel's Mediumship, back again, here to share my passion for educating others and helping them on their spiritual path. So if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Today I'm answering a viewer question. Okay, so today's question comes from a viewer. She sent me an email. I'm not going to give her name just because, but she had a really good question. So I wanted to address it in a video because I'm sure other people have this question too. She was saying that when she was meditating, when she was trying to connect with her spirit guides, she'd get these hot flashes all over, and instead of her, even her skin would change color, turn like red and get really hot and just be like overwhelmed with the sensation. She asked me if I had any idea what that could be. I said, yes, I do. A lot of times what this means is that your spirits are trying really hard to get in touch with you, especially when you're new and you're not as good and not as connected with your gifts. So it's harder for you to pick out information. A lot of times the spirits will get really close and try and get their energy as close to your energy as they can so that you can pick up things easier. But sometimes they get too close, and so they're like, up in your stuff. And that can cause you to have physical sensations like getting really hot or tingling. You can get intense tingling, start feeling like lightheaded or just like a heavy chest, like it's and it's not like a medical condition, but just kind of feeling like the air is heavy, like it's hard to breathe. You can feel just any of these kind of weird sensations in your body. Now, if it's bothering you, and anytime you feel overwhelmed with energy, with spirit, anxiety, some people call it, anytime that it starts to feel overwhelming to you, like I told her, just ask the spirit to back up. Say, okay, I think you're too close and you're making me feel kind of anxious and, feel kind of funny. Could you back up a little bit? Just ask them, can you take a couple steps back? I know you're here. I can feel you, but it's a little intense. Can you back up just a little bit? Sometimes if you just ask them to take a few steps back, they will, almost always. Very rarely you'll have one that, refuses, but most of the time they don't realize that they're just excited and they're, trying as hard as they can to get through. And so they'll be like, oh, sorry, man, and they'll back up. And usually if you ask them to take a few steps back, once they back up, the feeling will lessen or go away. And if it gets better but it's still bothering you, say, okay, that's awesome, thanks for doing that. Can you take one more step? It's still a little bit much for me. Most of the time spirits don't want to make us feel uncomfortable. They don't want to bother us really. They're just there to communicate for some reason or another, whether it's you ask them to come and give you information or they have a message to deliver to you or to someone else. Like I said, most of the time they're not there to be a bother. They're just there to communicate. And so they really don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So if you tell them, hey man, you're just a little bit too much in my space, could you back up just a little bit? 99% of the time they're probably just going to do it for you. So if you're meditating and trying to connect with guides and spirits or loved ones, whoever it may be, and you just every time you get this overwhelming, like, oh man, that feels really weird, I feel really hot, I feel really tingly, I feel really kind of out of breath, like I said, just ask them, hey man, I know you're here, that's awesome, thanks for coming, could you back up just a little bit? You're a little too close, your energy's a little too much for me. And like I said, they almost always will. So there you go. I hope that helps. Like I said, she tried it and said that it 100% worked. Then she was able to get a clearer message because she wasn't like focused on her physical, like, whoa, I feel funny. That went away. So then she was able to focus on the real reason the spirit was around. So definitely give that a shot. And if you have any other questions, definitely leave them in the comments, or you can shoot me an email. My email is listed if you click on the About section on my channel, there's an email listed there. You can hit me up on Twitter. All that stuff is down in the description, so definitely don't be afraid to reach out. I'm here and I will answer your questions the best I can. And if it's something that I feel like a lot of people probably struggle with, like this one, you might see it in a video. So there you go. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by today. Keep being a spirit friend, and we'll see you next time. Bye!